What's something people think is great that's actually terrible? Immortality. Everyone's terrified of death, so the idea of living forever sounds like a dream. But let's unpack that, shall we? Say a genie appears in front of you right now and offers you eternal life. First, you better ask some follow-up questions. Are we talking eternal life or eternal youth? Both are actually terrible, but we'll get to that in a second. Because if you just say yes to eternal life without reading the fine print, there's a good chance you'll spend the vast majority of that never-ending lie stuck in a body and a mind that have about as much function as an expired tub of cottage cheese. Sounds terrible, right? Think again. That's probably actually the less painful route, because here's what eternal life gives you when your mind never gives you the blissful escape of dementia. Everyone you love dying and leaving you alone over and over and over and over again until, oh wait, there is no until. You'll be terrified to meet and start to care about new people, but the alternative is becoming a complete hermit who doesn't interact with anyone. Still, you'll probably give that a shot for a few hundred years once the funerals really start to weigh on you, but you'll give in eventually, and now you're a weirdo paranoid shut-in, which isn't going to help much with that mental stability you now have to manage until there is no until. God forbid you develop some sort of cancer or chronic illness that causes you intractable pain and suffering, because that's not going anywhere either. You have plenty of time to collect every terrible bit of trauma you can imagine, because eventually, every bad thing that exists will happen to you. So get ready to wake up screaming from nightmares about the time you saw a city decimated by a volcano, or were the only survivor from a nuclear attack. Nothing is so far-fetched that it won't happen given infinite time. And one thing is absolutely inevitable. If you are immortal, someday, maybe today, maybe next week, maybe 10 million years from now, you will end up trapped somewhere. There will be a cave-in or an explosion, or your dresser will fall down and block your door. Who knows, but you'll be trapped. The first however many times, someone will find you and save you. Hooray. But someday, inevitably, they won't. Maybe they're all dead. Maybe they're just in the next house over, but you can't yell loud enough for them to hear. Who knows? The only certainty is that it will happen. You will be trapped somewhere, and you will never, ever get out. And everyone will have forgotten that you ever existed. But you won't. You'll never forget. And you'll never be free again. There is, number, until.